Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
Get a room!
Halloween arrives.
Guests scream for ice cream.
Hey there, hi there, hello there, Disney pals, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris Show. I'm your host, Lucy. This is Chris, this is Hugh. It feels like ages since I've actually introduced us at the beginning of one of these shows, but heck, it is happening today. I've got lots of exciting things to talk about today.
I've got technology things to talk about.
Oh, joy. This should be in the other category that we're in. You know how we're in travel and entertainment or whatever.
Yeah.
We also need to be in technology and sound production.
Technological failures and sound production.
No failures.
And I'll be moaning. Oh, they moan all the time. 1 star.
I've got a trip report as well.
Oh,
Should we call it
remember those.
I think our new title should be Rants, Tech and Magic.
Rants, tech and magic.
Rants, Tech and Magic.
Can I do the tech quickly
What?
then?
As long as I'm the magic.
Oh, tech.
Tech,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tech.
You do your tech, and then I will do the magic, and then we can just finish it up with a bit of a Hugh rant. How does that
I'm
sound,
not ranting today.
Disney
Oh.
pals?
I might do. We'll see.
Ooh.
I'll try not to, though.
I like what you're building this
There's
up
a
for.
there's a reason why I'm saying this, but I'll come on to that later.
So every inch of my being at the moment is dragging me over here. And the reason I'm being dragged over here is because that's where the laptop is today. So normally we
Listeners,
have the laptop here, and
Chris
today we don't.
Gestures to his right.
I did gesture to my right.
Listeners.
But it's an attempt to try and make things work a little bit better. I'm really conscious that I don't look at the screen very often. I spend all my time looking at the computer, so I thought let's try not to do that. But the confusing element here is that we've now got an iPad here, which is 30 seconds behind. And then we keep looking at that, and it's not what's happening. So that's interesting. But the good thing, and then I'll move on, is the other day, I ordered a new microphone so we could replace the microphones. And because I'd ordered a new one, I thought, I'll just have a look at the one that's faulty. And I realised it was just loose and needed screwing tight. So I've screwed it tight. Now we've got a spare microphone just in case anything goes wrong. But now we shouldn't have any buzz. Everything should be fine. I've got all sorts of stuff going on down here, which I might show people when we do the...
Chris, the only buzz we want is a Space Ranger.
I might
Sector,
just
wherever.
totally ruin your mojo though by telling you that Cheryl has just commented in the chat. Yeah, Chris is like a robot.
Ooh,
now, is that a
interesting.
comment on his character? Because I find him quite empathic generally. Or is it a comment on his sound?
Is it better now or worse?
Aaron
Better
says it
or
sounds like
worse?
there's 2 Chris's. Maybe Aaron's been drinking.
Interesting.
Does it work with audio? No, it's just visual, isn't it, when you're drunk?
Do you know what? It doesn't matter what I do. There's always something wrong with this audio. So just firstly, just to say, and I'm sorry.
No, it's saying better.
Right, okay. So
It's all good.
as much as I'm sounding in duplicate, possibly still, what's interesting is I spent a long time speaking with voiceover guy, one of the guys who's in the chat at the moment actually, and talking through all the problems and everything, and he really helped me get through all of this. And I spent this week with everything set up in my office, making sure it all worked, and everything was working fine. So if it's not working fine, then
It's my fault.
I really don't understand why. 'cause
I
I've
love
done
the-
multiple times.
I love the idea of you sitting and talking about your problems with him. You know, like, were you laying on a couch? Did he offer you a drink of
It
water?
was just messages on
Was the
Facebook.
whale music going on?
I just want to cry right
No, don't cry, Chris. This is Disney.
now. Right, you guys talk, and I'm going to mute me.
I thought it was better.
It's-
No,
people
it's
have gone,
echoing.
Okay. I'm going to keep talking. Well, I'm going to ask, who's in the chat, Huey?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Who are they?
All about please. Pamela was first in the chat, and she celebrates with an evil laugh. First, do you know? There's a lot of muah-ha-has, but actually, if you listen to, for example, Vincent Price, or a kind of a horror laugh, it's actually more like. Have you noticed?
I have.
I like the ones that start. Yeah.
Right, let's start with this one. Hey, lovelies, definitely in need of some Disney magic tonight. Just wondering what you've all been watching on Disney Plus recently. What have we
Well,
been watching?
we watched a big thing yesterday. We
did.
may talk about it later.
Yeah. It was a second Avatar. Hi to John. There's no reason for us to keep that secret, but we can talk about it later. Hi to John Parker and Jeffrey. Booked our first DLP trip staying at the Disneyland Hotel for 3 days in early June.
No way! That's all we're going to talk about today. So this is going to be your best show ever.
Not all, but a big part of it. Very excited to visit friends in the UK and take the Eurostar over to France. Stacey is here. Can't join the live tonight. Boo. Watching the Strictly launch on catch up with my partner, but looking forward to listening later.
Strictly launched
we'll
already.
See you later, Stacey.
Yesterday.
Hello
Really?
to Mel and Dan, who's ready to listen whilst on a 6K walk. Oh, hope you've got your head torch, Dan. Not going to book a DLP trip until they change the parade. It's been the same one for a year. Boring now. Let's high five, says evening, everyone. Yes?
Yes. What? Do we high five? Evening.
No, you were going to say something.
It's the Dream and Shine Brighter one's finishing soon because that was for the 30th, like really soon. And then is he on about Stars on Parade?
I don't know. Bonnie's in the chat under Lucy's name. Hi guys, Bonnie here. Let's talk Disney. Katia is here, as is Emma and Aled. Hello from Fiona and I. Finishing unpacking our Anaheim suitcases today. So feeling the Disney blues. Yes, Aled. But isn't Aled the one who's going to Walt Disney World soon?
These guys, Hugh, they're all at it. They're all over the place.
Hello, Sandy. Don't get to watch live often. Bonnie says, just a friendly reminder to be the magic. Jimmy is here with his pink waving hand, as is Wits Wanderlust. Anyone else fallen down the Lorcana rabbit hole?
B is here, and I've got a question for you guys. Who is Nate? Who is Nate? Question mark. Joins us in the
I
chat.
sometimes fall asleep asking myself that question.
Good to have you here, Nate. And Andrew. Sorry, yes?
Can you hear me now? I've just done a flick over of everything, so I apologise if anything suddenly happened, but I think that we should all be coming through okay now. There you go.
And I'm sorry, I can't do you all because there's too many of you now. But hopefully we'll get round to some of you at some point.
Spit some names out there. Spit some
I've got
names.
the classics like Cheryl and David and Aaron and Kerry, you know.
I can see a Fiona.
All the people.
I can see a Ruth. I can see a Bram.
Stan from the solo show.
Bram's joining for the first time from Belgium, and he loves the podcast. We love having you here,
Good
Bram.
to have you all along, but unfortunately, but also fortunately, there's so many of you now.
Pauline's here.
It's too many.
It's getting big. We're getting big.
Should we do a bit of spot of news before we...
Big in Japan.
Let's do a spot of news. I'm hoping that everything's sounding okay now. But yeah, let's do news. Do it.
Well, Chris, Hugh, people of the chat, I've had
good, Chris.
quite a misty-eyed Disney week. I go through phases of like, I never go off Disney, but I don't think about it every minute of every day for long periods of time. Then all of a sudden it'll hit me where I really do get like Disney yearning, like crushes in my Disney heart. And all week I've been pricing up cruises, pricing up Disney World, pricing up Disneyland Paris, pricing up the Disneyland Hotel. And so I've been feeling really the Disney love.
Most of all, you've been looking at the menu for Yak and Yeti.
I did. I'm also trying to diet, and then I decided, maybe we'll go to Yak and Yeti, and I started looking at that menu, and then that sent me down a rabbit hole of just feeling really hungry and looking at Disney menus. Anyway.
And now with Frozen.
In the minute...
So I'm on it.
Oh, he's on it.
I'm going to keep talking.
Yes.
In the middle of this, Disney giveth us the love and the magic, but Disney taketh away. Because it was a sad, sad day in my heart when they announced that the Ben & Jerry's ice cream at the ice cream parlour on the corner of Main Street was being swapped out for Carte d'Or, which I think we'll all agree is an inferior ice cream. Now, the weird thing is, it is part of the same larger company. Oh, we just flew across the screen then. It's part of the same large company, and it is their budget brand. So they've increased the flavours by 50p per scoop. Sorry, the prices of the flavours. They've decreased the number of flavours, and they've given us what is definitively a budget brand. And I love Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I love it. Maybe it is because I'm on a diet and I'm having sugar withdrawal. But when I heard this, I was like, oh, Disney. Oh, don't do that. So disappointing. I'm hoping that the Ben & Jerry's kiosk in the village will stay the same. But it is what it is. And I'm sure on a hot July day, I will not care one jot. But there you go. That's the first bit of news.
Very good.
Ice creamy.
Is everything back? Because I feel like, you know that meme where there's a news presenter and there's a big old fire going on behind them then? I feel like there was stuff going on and I was just talking regardless.
I mean, I'm wondering, actually, as far as this show goes, whether what we should actually do moving forward is have you two on the camera, me off camera, with a microphone so I can talk when I can. So that we can, so that I can do all the technology
switch
stuff.
cameras?
We don't have to. It just gets me off camera then, doesn't it?
No.
Because
people like to see you,
technical
Chris.
Issues are a right pain. It's getting me down.
I mean, you're the looks.
Week in, week out at the moment, and it's really starting to annoy me.
I'm the brain, he's the brawn, you're the looks, you see. We need you. We need your face. Anyway, so that was my ice cream thing. But do you know what? That's made my mouth feel rather dry.
Oh, thank goodness. I've got time for a drink now.
Hey, ole, it's showtime. All together. Your tiki, 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 tiki cup in your tiki, 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 tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, now drink it up from your tiki, 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 tiki cup.
Chris will be enjoying today a Pepsi Max Mango.
Pepsi Max Mango.
Ba, 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 ba. Now, Lucy said she's got me a surprise.
I have. I just pulled down from the back of my Small World boat something I saw in a newsagent's today, and I thought, I'm getting that for you for the show. Ooh. Levi Roots, Jamaican Sunset, refreshing watermelon and guava.
Reggae juice?
Reggae juice.
Wow.
Did you ever get your Lucasade that you were craving the other day?
No.
Oh, well, now you can. Because I got you one. It's from B&M and it looks flat.
That's Iron Brew, Huey.
What did you say?
You just said Lucasade.
Oh, I meant Iron Brew.
I was craving Iron Brew. Oh, that's good.
That's what I meant.
And it's sugar-free.
And I hope you're enjoying a nice tropical drink today. Chris said, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but Chris sent me a picture of Paradise Punch Tango. And
yes.
And I was like, you've had that on the show.
Yeah, I didn't realise
like
that at all.
More than once.
But we were talking about it last week, weren't we?
Maybe we were.
Didn't Lucy say she'd seen some and she thought about getting you and she didn't? Or was that something different?
That was a tropical thing. I've also got one that's called Tropical Exotic upstairs, which I bought at 1:15 a.m. in Hull last Saturday.
Iron Brew. Let us know in the chat what's in your teacup tonight.
What was that Northern Irish accent that you just did?
Well, I mean, that's how you say Iron Brew without the vowels. Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. That's how it's spelled.
Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
It's made in Scotland from girders.
This is a refreshing Levi Roots drink. I would recommend it. So watermelon and guava. Right. Nice. Onwards.
Mel's having cherries and berries. That's what I usually have. More news. Halloween is here. Christmas is here. No, Christmas isn't. Halloween is here. Let me take a sip of this.
I'm incredibly excited for Halloween, not least because I'm going next year. And actually, my brother's going this year.
Is he?
Yeah, it is.
Is that Daniel?
It's Daniel, yeah. Dan and Becky and his daughter Harriet and their other two daughters, the twins, Mabel and Florence, are all going to Disney. But the girls don't know, so if they're watching this, I didn't mean you guys.
His other brother Daniel.
That sounds exhausting.
Different person. It does, doesn't it? They're doing the Centre Parks holiday.
Good.
2 days in the park and days at Centre Parks, which is right up their street because they love a good walk and they love a bit of activities and stuff in the outdoors.
That is an excellent choice for a family of 5 with 3 of them under the age of 4.
No. Harriet's the same age as Ollie, 6 months older than Ollie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Right, so what we know about Halloween. Basically, Halloween does not start until the 1st of October, so don't get excited. None of the entertainment has started. It's
You're not allowed
Halloween
to look at the decorations
season.
that are already up.
However, it takes them a bit of time to transform the park, and so they've started to put them up, and they've started to put them up in Frontierland. Now, in Disneyland Paris, that's really kind of the land that gets the heaviest hand at Halloween. That's where it all lives, and that's where your character meets are outside the Phantom Manor, and that's where they'll set up Jack Skellington by the riverboat landings and all that kind of thing. So we've got, it's kind of a 2-sided party. is this. You've got your Dia des Muertos. Did I say that okay?
I mean, close.
Yeah. You've got your Coco kind of Mexican Halloween skeleton thing with all the fiesta kind of things going on up the right-hand side as you walk towards Big Thunder Mountain. And that's where the new Coco Restaurant de Familia is. And then in the centre bit near Fort Comstock and going over towards Phantom Manor, you've got this more harvesty theme that's full of pumpkins and scarecrows and stuff like that. So the decorations, there looks to be a lot up actually already in Frontierland. If you're there in September, it is a good time to sort of get this, beginning of a season time without paying the season prices. But there's nothing on Main Street yet, and the parade hasn't started. Dia de los Muertos. Muertos. Thank
Dia
you.
de los
Dia de los
Muertos.
Muertos.
Thank you, Katia.
There was something I was going to say. There's quite a few closures at the moment, isn't there? Because didn't we do a thing about September closures a while ago?
You did this when I was away, guys.
Yeah.
You got a spreadsheet going, didn't you?
Yes, I can't remember any of it, but yes, we did. We got a little sheet up and we marked out all the days. That was the bro show from a few weeks ago when Lucy wasn't here.
It would be on the app if you want
Yeah,
to
if you
look
want to
at
know
it.
what show, probably don't go and look at our brochure though. Go and have a look on the Disneyland Paris app and website and things. Probably going to be a bit better. I tell you who else could tell us if he was on the show right now, like in the chat. That'd be Bob Sangwell because he's there at the moment, isn't he?
Bob. He is. Oh, Bob's there. That makes me
if we
happy.
can summon Patrick like we sometimes do.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah,
we can
close
summon,
our eyes
we
and
can
hold
summon
hands.
Patrick and he tells us what's what because he's on the ground. But,
We haven't summoned
Patrick,
for
are
a
you
while,
there? Come into the chat, Patrick.
Just love it if it popped up in the chat now. Anyway, let me get back on the news. So we've got one big bit of news today. Well, it's like lots of bits of the same subject. Booking is now open for the Disneyland Hotel, which means we have got prices, we have got dates, we have got details. What we're chuckling at?
Prices probably.
All of it.
Okay. We've got details about it, extras. We've got an opening date, which we didn't have last time we talked. And then we've also got lots of news drops. We've got lots of photos and things like that. So a good chunk of the next 20 minutes is going to be me talking on this subject. So buckle up.
It's the
Buttercup.
stuff that dreams are made of because that's the only way you're going to get to go there.
Let's. Do you know what? I'm gonna do what they do on infomercials. I'm gonna big this up and tell you all the exciting things about it first, and then we're gonna talk prices.
Oh,
Because
I cannot wait.
I feel like it does need putting in context.
Are you going to do the prices really quick at the end, like a little disclaimer?
A little ticker tape at the bottom said at
Small
super
print.
speed. Yeah. Usual price $18.99. Right. Okay. So the booking is now open. That's what you need to know.
Open.
And it is open from the 25th of January. So the opening night stay, which is not sold out yet, is for the 25th of January. Now then, let's get on to... let's go straight for some pictures that we've got of various renovations and things. I'll just tip them the right way. Get them all nicely propped up on there. There we've got. Right, so that's the lobby. Now this is, look, it says renovated and expanded. I don't see, from my memory of it, a physical expansion. The stairs are still where they are. The size looks the same. It to me, it looks very similar, but when we were there, it was looking a bit chintz and a bit dated. So this gives it a slightly fresher look. It's supposedly, it's supposedly themed after the library scene in Belle. Now I'm
In Belle.
in Belle,
That great film, Belle.
in Beauty and the Beast. I'm sorry, come on, pleb. So that isn't immediately obvious from what we can see in this photo, but what I think there is behind those sort of balcony bits where we can see Aurora standing and looking at us, I believe I can see some bookcases back there. But I like that. Even if that wasn't connected to a Disney film, that kind of like,
there she is.
stately home vibe to have all those millions of books and things. And I hope they're real books. That would be nice. Stop that. So a few details we've got here. This Royal Mickey and Minnie, they are going to be meeting in the hotel. And they are going to be available in what used to be Inventions for the Royal Banquet. They're going to be meeting in the morning in the lobby. But they're going to be meeting at other times, and I will tell you about that shortly. You will also notice a lot of princesses dotted around this lobby. I shall talk about that shortly also. I'm really wishing I'd cleaned my fingernails, you know.
I'm just going to point out that when you're zooming in, it's pixelating everything until it goes still again as well.
Leave it.
So
Okay. I'll just leave it there. Right,
it's
my
all
bad.
right. Just
Okay.
yeah.
It also has, you can see the crack on my phone screen as well. It's also got this, now how did they word it? This chandelier with magical surprises, I think they said. Now, what it looks like there is an actual kind of moving, swirling Tinkerbell trail. Ooh, so whether it's got this kind, and it seems to have the castle in the middle of it.
Projection in there.
Yeah, so whether it's using these kind of like LED mapped projection-y things, I don't know, but that looks really quite lovely and exciting.
Fibre optics, maybe.
And look how happy everyone is. That's the important
Everyone's
thing.
so happy to be there.
In this mock-up picture.
Yeah, in this illustrator's.
This is a picture
rendition.
of Royal Banquet, and again, you've got the Royal Mickey and Minnie on there. Now, can we tell from here whether they've fixed the layout?
No, they haven't. Yeah, they absolutely haven't fixed it. So you see, you see behind us here, you see how the food areas bulge out. So the first one you can see by Lucy's head, that's the starters, and then the main course is next to that. So if you're queuing for the main course, you're going to stop people going for their starters, and same with the desserts on the end. So no, they haven't fixed that. It's still the same problem.
Reaching over people's jackets, draping in the sauces and other things.
Truly magical experience.
The imprints that would be left as someone leans across. We went to the Hunter's Grill, is it?
Oh yeah,
In Sequoia
in
Lodge.
Sequoia, yeah.
And someone was filming some of the food with a phone with one of those the cases that like flaps open, hangs down like a book cover. And I can't remember if it was draping onto my food or the food that they were photographing. It would have been the food that they were photographing, which I just thought was gross. You know, like a tatty leather case, and they'd open it and they were putting it really close to the food and then traipsing it through the food. There you
But
go.
Hunter's
Just wanted
Grill,
to paint a little picture for you there.
Hunter's Grill layout is really good because it's islands, isn't it? And you go around them to get your stuff.
Yeah.
It works quite nicely.
You see, that does what you say. It's like it separates the pudding people from the starter people,
Absolutely, yeah.
and then you've got a raclette station
Yeah.
way over there and a crepe station over there. So everyone is dispersed, whereas
And
that
also,
is just a scrum.
if there's
All
someone there
together.
whose style you don't like, like someone's buffet style, you're like, what? You can just go somewhere else.
Don't want to follow them around the room. Right, now here we have, I'm going to show you the picture. This is Tables de Lumiere. Okay, and as you can see, this is also themed after Beauty and the Beast. And the royal couple do meet in this restaurant. Ooh. And I couldn't work out if it was going to be the Beast in Beast form or Prince Adam in Prince Adam form. But we know that Belle is in Belle form.
Do you want
She's
the
bell
beast
shaped.
when you sat down for a nice meal?
He meets in Be Our Guest in Disney
She's
World.
like a bell, isn't she? It's deliberate. She's got like a bell-shaped yellow dress.
Or a cloche.
She's like a
to her.
big bell, isn't she?
Now then, what I forgot to do let's talk about both of these together. Are we okay to just turn back onto us for a second, Chris?
Always.
Just because I want to get to my notes.
Bonnie's now in the chat just saying Disney, Disney, Disney in caps.
Um,
Don't make us ban you, Bonnie.
So the royal banquet is priced at €100 for an adult. All hotel it's for lunch. It can be anyone staying in a Disney hotel. If you're not staying in a Disney hotel, you're not allowed. For dinner or for tea, as I call it, it's Disneyland Hotel guests only.
Oh.
So that makes it quite exclusive, but certainly at this point in time, it really incentivizes you to stay at Disneyland Hotel because this is how I felt about the Art of Marvel, is kind of you want access to those exclusive experiences, and there are a lot of exclusive experiences. Believe me, they are coming up. Now, Tables de Lumiere is a signature restaurant, and it's €120 for an adult price prix fix meal. Now, characters, yes, but I am going to want something really spectacular to go into my mouth for €120. Yes, and this comes coupled with, but they don't say anything about limiting who can book that. So perhaps everybody can book that. I didn't see any notes about that being for Disneyland Hotel guests or not. But what they have done to accommodate this is they've got a special level of dining plan exclusively for Disneyland Hotel guests. So they know how expensive this is. They know that they cannot envelop it into their usual dining plans because the economics of it won't work. So if you want a dining plan and you're at the Disneyland Hotel, there is a special dining plan just for you to account for how expensive these restaurants are. This is the toppest of the top end.
And presumably it accounts for how expensive the hotel is by being the most expensive meal plan.
Yes.
Far and away.
Now, just at this,
well.
I mean, I said we won't talk about the prices till later, but I think you all know what's coming. And we've got as far as this. Do you remember a while ago I mentioned a survey that had gone out that they'd reported on the Disney Dish podcast, which I absolutely love and I recommend that you watch. And it had been asking people their household income. And it started at under 100,000 per year. And then it went 100,000 to 200, 200,000 to 300, 300,000 to 400. So they're wanting to gauge not whether you're in the bottom 50% or the top 50%. It's whether you're in the bottom 90% or where in the top 10% of earners you are. That's what Disney wanted to know on that survey. And I think that this hotel is priced at Dubai oil baron prices. It really is. It's kind of, they're not wanting to make it accessible. They're not wanting to get numbers. They're probably not wanting to fill every single room. They're wanting to charge as much as they possibly can, and they're putting every additional perk that they can in the hotel so that they can just get that premium rate going. And I think that is evidenced by the price of these meals, and also given that one of those extremely expensive meals they're not even bothering to offer to people who are not staying in the hotel. They're that confident of the income level of the people in the hotel that they're keeping it exclusive. Anyway, I shall continue. So go on, Chris.
No,
You know there was an intake then. Have you got a
No, I'm just taking it all in.
Yeah. So, for the kids what we've also got that you kind of got hinted at in that picture of the lobby is you have, where are they? Did I get them? Oh, no, I didn't get a picture of them. The Troupe Royale, which is kind of a group of, I suppose it would be like citizens of Main Street, but they're dressed like courtiers, and they are mingling in the hotel, providing entertainment in the lobby and in the common areas during the day, along with the Disney princesses and the Fab Six in royal garb. So it sounds like it's going to be like souped up meets and greets. It's going to be spontaneous entertainment. It's going to be royal processions, all this with all the princesses. And DLP report speculated that this will probably mean entrance to the hotel lobby will be heavily guarded by having a hotel reservation. So like we went to visit the Art of Marvel hotel, we had a little wander around. We weren't allowed to do the photo shoots, we didn't go to the hotels or to the restaurants or bars, but we had a really good kind of feel for the hotel. We got in, and I don't think that the average person is going to be able to do that at this hotel.
This is what I was thinking, because everybody this week's been saying, well, we'll pop in and see what it's like. But I think you're right. I think how can they have that kind of entertainment and things going on and let the rabble in when you've got people paying the money that they're paying to be there.
I mean, quite right, really. But what a shame.
This is something people in Florida do. Like, you can take half a day, maybe even a full day, and just visit all the resorts. And I remember, like, when we first went, we were looking at the like Easter displays in Yacht Club, or I think it was Yacht Club, and I was thinking, like, are we allowed to be in here? Like, are they going to come over and say, oh, are you staying here? And if we say no, they're going to say, oh, you're going to have to leave. And I remember, like, getting some water with slices of lemon in it and being like, is this okay? Am I allowed this? Of course you are. If you're visiting Disney, you can look all around the resorts.
But that was the first time we went. Since then, we always go to 2 or 3 hotels we're not staying in, not to restaurants. We just go because we want to go see Animal Kingdom. Let's go Animal Kingdom Lodge. Let's have a wander.
Also, we always have bad luck with the restaurant. Like the first ever resort we stayed in Florida was Caribbean Beach, and it had the best drinks machines. It had the drinks machines with all the flavors, right? And there was one in every block machine. And then, like, we've found that later ones we've gone to, especially like the DVC ones, or some of the other nicer ones. The drinks machines are rubbish. So sometimes we'll go to the other resorts, and I'm like, oh yes, I can get a pib.
You can get a pib with peach flavour in it if you want it. Yeah. People are correcting me that Table Lumiere is currently saying booking for hotel guests only. But they're also speculating they don't think that will remain inclusive. So thank you to those people who put in that chat. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Jeffrey. There's a few other people said something similar.
Stan says, I've done a full day resort hopping a number of times in Walt Disney World.
We love it.
It's a great thing to do, isn't it?
Wilderness Lodge is my favourite place to just go to chill out for an afternoon. Yeah, we just love it.
Cheryl said that I must have a pauper's taste because none of the royal theming is appealing to me at all. Now, I priced this up this week for the holiday that we're taking next year. And aside from the fact that it wasn't even close to what I could afford to do, Laura and I were talking about it afterwards, and we just said, you know what? I think the boys would get more out of going to Marvel than anything else. Mentioned it like kind of briefly to Lucas the other day, and he just said Sequoia's my favourite. That's where I want to go. I don't want to go anywhere else. And I'm with him on that. Totally with him.
Do you know what? He's like me with lemonade taste. I must say that I know it's slightly different, but we stayed at the Grand Floridian for one night, which is very, very similar to the Disneyland Hotel in Walt Disney World, and we did it to tick it off our list. And I said, we're never going to fork out any more DVC points than this. Let's just do one night to say we've done it, see what it's like. And we really, really liked it, didn't we?
We had a particularly nice room with a nice view.
And it has kind of changed my mind. It's like I've looked at the Disneyland Hotel and gone, it's just not, I wouldn't feel comfortable. I like being in the woods and stuff. But I think when you're actually in there, it is gorgeous.
What if 3 times the cost of Sequoia?
Right. Oh, we're getting there,
3
Chris.
times.
What if Lucas said, Dad, I just want to stay at an Ibis in Valderup. That's my dream.
That'd be amazing.
Good lad. Good lad. Right.
Was it the Ibis?
So what else we got?
That horrible one. Where was it?
Yes, Ibis budget.
Yeah, it was.
Was it as bad as the Campanile that I stayed at?
Well, I mean, honestly, it wasn't great. If people are thinking of booking it, it is the cheapest of the cheap, and I think we got it for something like €40 a night, and it was when Disneyland Paris just opened after COVID, so I think it was the cheapest it could get it. We were only staying for one night, and we got €40 worth.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? If that's all what your budget is, that's what you get, basically.
I'm just noticing, by the way, just because you normally say this, but I'm going to say it now. There's around about 40 people in the chat at the moment, but only 4 likes on this video.
Only 4 likes?
Only 4 likes.
Unbelievable.
You see, you talk about not paying your dues.
At least 6 people must like it. Well, that's why Tim from the Tim Tracker, because he's not called Tim Tracker, Tim from the Tim Tracker says, now it's time to pay the price, which means now you've watched the video, you know what to do. I think that's his way of saying click like, click subscribe, because he never says that.
Right.
So when he says now it's time to pay the price,
that's what
click like.
There you go.
That's what it means. But I don't like people going on about that too much.
No.
But
we do it in a fun way.
We do.
No, we do it in a fun way.
Well, we say that.
So you've also got
Click like now.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique open upstairs where it used to be, round the back of the lobby, for anyone who wants to do that. I'm debating that must be open to everybody, not just people who are staying in the hotel, because it always has been. And well, I don't know. I don't know. But that's kind of a real institution at Disneyland Paris, and it's a shame it's been closed this long. But maybe that's your key to getting entry to see all the other things. Maybe. Anyway, so Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, but also they've got the Royal Kids Club with an interactive library. Did I get a picture of that?
Royal Kids Club.
Hi, Dan. It says, hey, everyone. I've not been on the live chat for a while. Nice to be here.
There you go. So this is the interactive library. Now, that doesn't immediately say massively fun kids club to me. However, we get...
looks like a Waterstones.
Yeah. However, I'm guessing that something... It's interactive, so I'm guessing something happens with these books.
I mean, not being funny, but books are interactive.
Well,
you
yeah.
pick it up and you read it.
And yeah, you see video games on that table and stuff like this. Anyway, it's nice to have a kids club where they can go. This also makes me think resort day, to be honest. If there's as much going on in this hotel as it makes you think there is also a spa and a swimming pool, if that is your taste. You can meet princesses by reservation. This is in a similar way to the way you can have the photo ops at Disney Art of Marvel. So it's a souped up meet and greet, really. It's got full venues and there's a bit of more of a fuss made. There's also, if the standard room is kind of, not really stretching your budget as much as you want it to, there's the Castle Club, which is your club level. That's your club level, and you get the access to an exclusive lounge. Now, I think I've got a picture of this because this just looked amazing. Yeah, here we go. This is the Castle Club Lounge.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Sorry. I was distracted momentarily.
There it is.
There it is, and you can see the castle out the back there, and looks like there's more meet and greets. But basically, it's just somewhere to have coffee and croissants. But it's somewhere you can
hounded by princesses.
And just sit there, just thinking, God, I'm rich. You know what I mean? Just book on Castle Club, go sit in that lounge, and count your money. That's what I'd do, Chris.
Did you see Andrew Palmer shared the Frozen suite?
I have it here. Let's get on to the Frozen. Here we go. So this is the Rapunzel suite. This is the bedroom only.
I like these.
This is the Frozen suite. Look,
£10,342.26 or euros. Sorry.
But there's a pearl white baby grand. There's a pearl white baby grand, Chris. You know what I mean?
£10,000. You should be able to take the
how much
grand piano home. 10,300
for one night.
42 euros and 26 cents for one night.
So you can get liking.
What?
I know.
Yeah, for one night.
You look disturbed, Huey.
So these that we're looking at, is there just one of each?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
10,000 euros a night. Nearly 10,500 euros a night.
Katy is saying,
I think I'm going to throw up.
Emma is saying she didn't marry well. That's my thoughts. You know what I mean? Beano artists just aren't quite stretching to this.
But thanks to our Patreon subscribers.
That's it. Subscribe to Patreon and we might spend a night there.
Don't count on them, Chris, because I don't think we've had one like since we put that shout out.
No.
We've had one.
We have. You liked
yeah, that was
it.
me.
No.
Unless it's just not caught up yet.
No,
but
it's no less than we deserve, you.
Wow, okay.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So this is one of the deluxe rooms. There was many pictures issued of the rooms, standard, deluxe, etc. And they're all... Is that going to pixelate again? No, we're all right. They've all got princess themes, different one. This happens to have a Moana situation going on. Yeah, it is pixelating a bit.
It's all right. It only does it till you stop.
But they're all gorgeous, brand new, renovated. Look at that kind of canopy above the bed with the light coming through. They're all really, really opulent, as you would expect. So, shall we talk prices, people?
Oh, can we?
Right. What I did...
Get ready.
Oh, hang on. Just let me get to this final thing before we do go on to prices. Because they offered this... I don't think I'll put this under, Chris.
Okay,
They did a graphic with telling you everything there was. So I'm going to read it out now. So you get a unique level of immersion into Disney Royal stories. The design is paying homage to royal stories, Disney royal encounters with Disney characters, surprise happenings with La Troupe Royale Disney, and magical bedtime rituals.
I have a magical bedtime ritual.
Superior rooms and suites.
Is that sniffing your socks to see if you can get one more day out of them?
Isn't that what everybody does?
So that's for superior rooms and suites only, and I believe that there's an upcharge. But if you're in a suite, I mean, god damn it, it's pennies in the ocean, isn't it? So I'd like to know what that is, but I'm guessing it's going to be one of the royal troop come in to like sprinkle pixie dust on your child's bed or something. I don't know. Which sounds amazing. Let's face it. All this is amazing. Mm-hmm. All this is brilliant Disney storytelling. Do you know what this is beginning to sound like the more I talk about it? It's almost like the Star Wars hotel, but of princesses.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They've gone to that level.
At least there's windows, though, in this one.
Unique activities and services for kids. Royal Kids Club, including augmented reality experience. My Royal Dream. Doesn't say what that is. But
so you don't have to have reality as a child there. You can have augmented reality.
Augmented reality. It doesn't say what My Royal Dream is, but it says paid service. So work that out for yourself. Themed kids food and drink options, kids spa treatments, bedtime stories at Turndown. Now it doesn't say the bedtime stories are an extra or anything like that, so maybe they're on the TV.
You probably have to go to the interactive library.
Oh yeah, there might be, yeah. Unique locations at the end. Oh, sorry, exclusive benefits. Unique location at the entrance of Disneyland Park. Well, that is embedded, really, isn't it? Yeah, and that's been there. Even if they turned it into a budget hotel, that is still your selling point. Private turnstile entrance to Disneyland Park. Is that new?
No, that was there before.
Was that there? That they had their own turnstile?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Extra magic time. We all get that. Well, if you stay at Disneyland Hotel, you all get that. View on Fantasia Gardens and Sleeping Beauty's Castle.
If you're in the right room.
If you're in the right room. Well, you're going to get views of one or the other. Oh, no, there are car park views, aren't there?
They haven't put that down as a benefit.
Can you imagine?
See your car.
Paying these prices and getting a car park view.
Yeah, from a security point of view, if you're driving a Bentley.
That's true.
It might not be a bad thing.
The Deluxe and Castle Club experiences. Well, eye-watering.
Do you want to know something?
Go on, tell me.
Whitney says that she's booked 2 nights in the Castle Club for Christmas 2024 for €6,400, and now I need to get a job so I don't have to cancel it. But let's be honest, I'm probably going to cancel it.
Oh my goodness, that's that's manifesting. That's what it is. That's like going, no, I'm going to do this, and then I will get the job to follow. That's amazing. I love that, Whitney. That is my kind of thought process.
What you can do though as well, because you've got all that time until like 7 days before to cancel it, you can just keep chipping away at that amount, and if you're not close, just shift it to somewhere else, can't you? Save yourself a lot of money.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Cast members bringing Disney magic to life. Ensure an exceptional personalised service, trained and handpicked from the entire resort and beyond. Welcome by a royal greeter and tours with the story keepers. Well, I have to say, I have absolutely no doubt that the service that you get at this hotel will match the promise, because this is what Disney do. I also think this is Disneyland Paris just, well, excuse the pun, but rolling out the red carpet. I think they know what they're doing and they are good at it. So I am not going to say a bad word about that. Now let's look how much it will cost you. Excuse me, belchers. Right. I've got it's this Iron Brew. It's repeating on me.
Iron Brew.
So I've got full breakdowns I'll go to in a second, but I wanted to do a really quick price by price comparison. So I had a look at booking 2 nights, 3 days for a family of 3, and Bonnie being the child, so she would be 9. And I looked at 2 different dates, and I priced up the Disneyland Hotel and Sequoia Lodge. Sequoia Lodge because it's a middle price, but you have to remember there are 2 hotels in between this in price. Mm-hmm. So when I talk about the price jumps, but it gives you an idea of the difference. And it also allows us to factor in the 3-day park tickets. So on the 5th of February, for 2 nights, 3 days, Sequoia Lodge is £728. So that includes 3 people's park tickets. This is why I had to do a comparison. Now, the price of the park tickets will not change. So let's say that gives you a base level of what Disney is selling a hotel with a really good atmosphere and price and park tickets for. Now, the Disneyland Hotel is 1,416 for the same dates, for the same people, for the same time. And that is the bottom. That's the bottom price. It goes up from there. So it's an additional £700, almost spot on. Now, what you have to ask yourself is, everything I have just listed and told you, is it worth £700 extra? And I would say to you, yes, I think it is. I do. Because I'm looking at this the way you might look at a cruise. You know, that kind of, you pay for the experience of being in that place and the entire package. You pay for that entrance, that exit, the entertainment, the smell. Honestly, if you've ever been through that lobby, the smell used to be just amazing. I'm sure it'll be just as good now. And I think, given what you get at Sequoia, and make no mistake, we will keep booking Sequoia because we're just not in that price bracket, and we all love it. But if you look at what you get there and then everything I've just listed that you could get there, I think they've justified that price. However, that's in February. If we go to July, same story. Sequoia was 1,012 for the three of us, and Disneyland Hotel was 2,101. So that is a £1,100 more. Remember, this is only for 2 nights.
Both of these are during school time, though, aren't they? The dates that you've put down.
Yes. Oh, it goes up. I'm going to show that.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the full thing. But what I'm saying is, it's the difference that I wanted to look at more than the price itself. So again, like, when you get up to there, is it worth an extra £1,000? Well, then you're paying for the dates as well. And I start to go, I'm not sure it's worth £1,000. Then when you get into school time, it probably goes up to £1,500.
Yeah, and if you add another day as well.
Add another day, add another child. And all this kind of thing. So the tickets are there, okay, no matter which hotel you book at. So that is just purely for that experience. Right, I'm going to show you all the prices and dates so you can get an idea now. Right, so this is opening day. And remember, this is only 2 nights because that's what I was searching. Opening day in January, can I get the date on? Yes, is 1,900. And then it goes down that week, say it's still opening week, to 1,400. But we're still only talking 2 nights, people. 1,400 for 2 nights. That's £700 a night. Including park tickets, that's fine. That's into February. And then over the school holidays, like you say, it goes up to 2,000, near enough. During the school holidays, it goes, I don't know what's going on that weekend. It's over 2,000 there. That's on the 10th of February. Now we're getting into... what is this? July. And at the end of July, oh no, I skipped a month. So at the end of July, that's August looked exactly like July did, which is every single day starts at 2,100. I think that's why I only priced that up, because it stays the same. So every day is the same throughout July and August. So that's your top end. As you get into September, it goes down again, but still the lowest date that you're looking at there, the lowest of the low, is 1,477 in September. And I presume that's going to be pretty much the lowest all year for 2 nights for 3 days. So it is something to think about. Now, given the amount of experiences... I'm not putting anything else on now, so we can go back to that. Given the experiences that you get, I would be very interested in knowing the room only rate, because I wouldn't want to pay for that and waste it all in the park. Now, it sounds ridiculous saying waste it in the park. It wouldn't be a waste. But for us who've been before and we've been in the park so much, I would want to be in the hotel experiencing all that. I'd like to know what it is without park tickets. I've had a look. It's not on Expedia and things like the other ones are at the moment, so we don't know. Because I'm thinking it might be worth 1 night for the experience and to get all that. But I don't think we can do one of our holidays, our 3-4 night holidays, at those prices.
No, not at all. I look forward, though, to seeing what all the former Love Island contestants find of the Disneyland Hotel, because I'm sure that's the market that's going to end up buying it. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, to be fair, I've nothing against people who have earned this money and have got it, and it's an absolute dream. If you want a once in a lifetime, it might even be someone with a once in a lifetime things going, this is the only time that we're going to do Disney. We're going to do it 5 days. We're going to do it all out. Have at it.
And I'm agreeing with Envy. It's fine.
I guess the thing is, everyone's once in a lifetime is different. Some people's once in a lifetime is 4 days at Santa Fe. It can be.
Or Ibis budget for that matter. We don't know what your situation is.
It entirely depends. So, yeah, I get it. I do get it. I find it a little bit disappointing, particularly because we booked that flipping holiday for pretty much the price you're saying for 4 days, for 4 nights, 5 days, and that's just it's a distant memory now. Something that we'll never get to do as a result of it. But
Emma says
it is what it is.
Emma says, I think DLP are really trying to position themselves as the boutique park. Small, expensive, and exclusive.
I get that, and that's fantastic if your audience is an American audience and they're trying to get them to visit a third park. I get that, but we're not in America.
No.
But to look at that and the idea of spending, for instance, $6,000 on 2 days, like Whitney said, or $2,000 on 2 days there, and you can go to Walt Disney World for 2 weeks and you're getting better value for money by doing that. This is the thing for me. It beggars belief. But I know it's the top end of all this. I know it is.
I'm going to say the way that they've marketed this and everything that I've read whilst researching this, it does make me go, they have justified their price. Now, with the food, I've always said there's a limit to how good food can be. When a restaurant is 120 euros, I'm like, there's nothing that could serve me in that. Now, dinner and a show, maybe, like, yeah, if it was a full show.
Imagine if you did that and you accidentally filled up on the bread.
But you've got to remember, though, that it's still character dining, effectively. And you pay a premium for that anyway, so all you're doing is paying another premium
That's
on
true.
top of that. And actually, for €100 for the lower one, what is it normally, 90 or something? 85, 90 euros. So you're not paying that much more for that. And then for the Lumiere one, then I guess it's an extra €20, but then that's even more exclusive. So I don't think I get where you're coming from, but I don't think that that's pricing itself so far out when you compare when you consider how much you pay for some of the other places.
I think they've justified the price. I think if you can afford to go, you'll have an absolutely amazing
completely
time.
agree. I think it is going to be it'd have to be a totally magical experience, and
I'm going to do some manifesting now, a la Whitney, and that's Disney. I know you watch our show. Bob Iger, I know you watch our show every week. So if you do want us to go and review it on the opening week, I think we might be able to clear our diaries. Do you reckon, boys? If you offered us a couple of free nights,
at a push,
Yeah, but I genuinely do think that this probably would be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. Moving on.
Okay.
There's a couple of things on. So first of all, as promised, I took our trip reports over the 4 weeks and put them together into one handy 1 hour 25-minute video.
You did do that?
I watched it today, and when you watch it all in one, you realise how much I grumble. We did have a good time, I want to add that, and I enjoy grumbling. And actually, I think, while a lot of people don't like that, I think you get a lot of information through the grumbles.
I thoroughly enjoy our grumbles, and I think anybody who watches this regularly understands them.
The cumulative effect of listening today, I thought, because each week you don't notice, but altogether I thought, it's quite a moany trip report. Anyway, I did notice while I was listening, there's 2 things on there that I mentioned that I say, we'll talk about that in a bit, and we don't. The first one was when we went to see Spider-Man. We booked our slot on the app, and by the time because Kat was logged out, so by the time she'd logged back in, she got a time slot that was like 2 hours after ours. So we said, let's go up to the front and see what they could do. And I was saying, do you know what? I don't think they'll let us all go in. But then I thought, actually, no. And they did, because of course they would, because we were going in as one party, so it didn't make a difference to them really. No. So as long as we had a valid booking slot, and they had a booking slot for later, they were allowed to go in with us to see Spider-Man. So that worked out pretty well. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. And then it makes sense, like I said, because I thought, I bet they don't. But then I thought, of course they would. Cause
do they have a limit? That's the question.
I suppose you can't take 10 parties all at once.
No.
But if it's just a couple of you and you go up and plead your case.
They're not massive rooms, are they?
Hugh, Ruth loves the grumbles.
Thank you. See, I love a grumble as well. That's what, but I just know some people don't. The other thing was we didn't give you our impressions of Newport Bay Club because I've never stepped foot in it before.
Oh,
Talking of resort hopping.
Yeah, so we went in there to get Chris's coin.
yes, thank you.
And so we had a bit of a look around, and I liked the theming of it. I liked the vibes I got. What was weird was we went in through the back entrance, no problem. Then we went back outside and we walked around, and then we went into the front entrance. We went past any gates or anything like that, and then we had to get bags scanned and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the same happens at Sequoia Lodge.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
There's
because
one
you're coming in from the car park or from the buses. Aren't
yeah,
you? So
and you can just walk around and get in either door. But if you go in, it just seems a bit like the security doesn't seem like airtight.
It's not, but I think it's more for people who've just arrived, isn't it, than anything else. And generally, you don't really go to the front entrance. It feels like the back, doesn't it? But the front entrance in the car park, you don't really do that unless you're getting the bus in every day. You're not going to go out there too much once you've arrived. So
but I did. I liked the vibes in there, and I would say, to be a bit judgy, the people in there, the guests, the hair was a bit cleaner.
Oh,
the clothes were a little bit nicer.
You are such a middle class snob.
I'm a working class hero, but everyone seemed a little bit cleaner than the places
that's
we're
nice to
used
know.
to. And I said on my video, which I haven't finished yet, everyone looked a little bit moneyed.
No one's shouting at the kids down the corridor,
Yeah, but anyway,
Maybe that's
just
reason to
a
stay at the
little
Disneyland
observation.
Hotel.
A little observation for you, but I would like to stay there maybe one day. Newport Bay Club. That was it really, just those two things. I had to pin a comment on that compilation video and say we'll discuss them on the 17th of September show.
We're very close to the end, and I did have some reports, but what I haven't done today that I would normally do is talk through the messages and things and comments on the Facebook page. So shall I do that now?
Yeah.
Is that a good time to do it?
Do it.
Okay, so as usual,
Do it now.
on the Disneyland Paris Show 37 Disney Street Facebook page. If you haven't joined it, come and join us. I posted a post, like you do, asking people about what they were up to and stuff, and if they wanted to contribute anything. So first off, Fiona said, my DLP Stitch decoration arrived. It's not even Halloween, but I'm still looking forward to Christmas, and so I can display it properly. I've not followed Disney merch that closely, but is it just me, or is there more and more limited run or hard to access stuff appearing? Has anyone else noticed that?
Ooh. Creating a frenzy.
I said last week that I am digging the current merch game at Disneyland Paris.
Andrew Palmer says, can we not speak about DLH? Sorry, Andrew, but we have.
Most of the show.
He's also posted a gif of Grumpy as well, for that very reason. Fiona then said, I'm not sure if I'm grumpy or not, but I could book 4 days in Tokyo Disney with flights and park tickets in November for less than 4 days at DLP Hotel and flights in February. I couldn't find a way to book in Japan for next year to compare like for like, but it might mean I can justify going to Japan over France in the near future. To which Sandra Rice said, I like that thinking.
Yeah, I mean, even if it worked out, even if your maths was a little, you not accounted for everything, and it did work out a little bit more expensive. You're going to Japan.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
I mean, let's not full well there's a little bit of me adding it up going, well, if we did and we could, and if we took Bonnie out of school so we got a cheap and I'm doing all that, so I'm thinking about it too. But when you put what you could get elsewhere,
yes,
it's tricky.
Bonnie, do you want to go to Japan? She shrugs.
Darren says, Darren of Dunn family fame says, I'm excited. 101 days till DLP and 53 days till Walt Disney World, and then 142 days until Art of Marvel. So happy I've got a few trips booked.
Well,
indeed.
We're not jealous at all.
Well, we've got a trip booked. One.
Yeah, we do.
Sam
It'd be nice to have 2 books, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Sam Metcalf, you drew her family.
I did.
You won a prize when we did our...
Yeah, not just like creepily.
Yeah, like one of your French girls.
They knew it would be happening.
Yeah, they won it as a prize. 25 days until I'm back in DLP, this time without hubby and twins, but with my best friend. So excited for a whole new experience as adults only. I would say I'm feeling guilty about it, but I haven't told the twins because I know they'd be upset with me. But what they don't know can't hurt them, surely. This will be my last trip on my annual pass, which I won't be renewing. I'm feeling grumpy and sad about that, but hoping to book Disney Cruise next year to make up for it.
Yes.
I'd keep it quiet, yeah. I'd lie to them.
Oh, you must be grumpy.
I cannot recommend Disney Cruise Line enough. Continue.
Oh, sorry. Continue. I was slightly confused there. So Jenny Nick Williams, I'm assuming that, Jenny Nick Williams replied to Sam and said, I did this with my best friend in March. We rode Big Thunder Mountain late in the evening, which was so much fun in the dark. There weren't any queues, so we rode it again straight afterwards. Highly recommend the espresso martini at the Skyline Bar and their mini lobster rolls and mini crab cakes. We were full after our lunch at Waltz, so had an espresso martini each. All right, we had 2, and shared the snacks. You get 2 of each per portion. Have a lovely time. My annual pass expires on the November. My annual. Thank you. My annual pass expires on November the 3rd, and I won't be renewing either. Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, we've said before, this is kind of what Disney wants, isn't it? Kind of.
Absolutely. And that conversation continues, but I'm going to move on because there's quite a lot of things here. Bob says, I've just done my Snow White episode for Chat Disney with Tash out on Monday, and I'll be in DLP Monday and Tuesday. So, Bob, we want a trip report, please, when you're back.
It's all happening for Bob.
I know.
It's all going off.
But yeah, go check out Bob's Snow White conversation with Tash on Chat Disney. Whitney says, if you're going to book a once-in-a-lifetime Disneyland Hotel Castle Club room, would it be stupid to do it the week between Christmas and New Year's because the park is too busy? And I think we know straight away that Whitney's actually already booked this, so... It's a not hypothetical question.
I just cannot stress enough, Whitney. Mad props, girl. I'm all for it.
The Mjolnir of failure has displayed itself.
Oh, well, I was going to put it in I've just been fiddling with it anyway.
Right.
But I was going to give it a couple more minutes and then I was going to really get it out.
But it has been displayed, but we've got a couple more, so I'm going to flick through these and try not to clamber over myself like I have been doing. Sarah Clipston says, what's everyone's opinions of prepayment cards? Are they worth using? What's the benefit? And if so, which one would you recommend? Do you change from sterling to euros or keep your cash in sterling? Can you use the cards as a bank to set up standing orders for annual passes? I'd love to know what 37 Disney Street Gang do.
Okay, whoa. Put a note somewhere to revisit that next week.
Yeah, let's talk about this next week.
There's
We've
a
talked
lot
a bit
there.
in the past, haven't we? But let's go through that because we haven't done it for a while.
We all use them though, don't we?
We do.
So
we do.
we can talk about that at length.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good.
Emma Sylvester says, I've started Disney bounding prep for our December trip. And she's putting a hang on, I'm going to show you. A bit of an embroidery thing going on.
Do we have to guess what
what's
it is?
It's going to be for?
It's very difficult to guess what it's going to be because it's very small at the moment. There we go. So that's that.
Send us a bit at a time and we'll slowly...
So
it'll be like catchphrase.
Cross-stitching white on pink.
Yep. David Wilson says, although I could never afford it, I think they've done a really good job with DLH. I'll buy into the hype that it's not just a hotel, it's an immersive, once-in-a-lifetime experience where you're treated like Disney royalty.
I agree.
There are still plenty of other really good hotels to book at kinder price point. Yeah, I think that's what we've kind of said, isn't it, really?
Sums it up, yeah.
Grumpy as we are, we still think it's going to be magical.
I'm not particularly grumpy. I'm grumpy I don't earn more.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's like, you're at school and there was the fittest girl at school, but you didn't like her because you thought, well, there's no point. There's no point. I'll go for the quirkier, cooler ones.
That's like my mum who always preferred
George
Harrison to the other Beatles because everyone liked
Right, because I've got more of a chance with George Harrison.
It's like, I'm not grumpy about DLH because I don't even think it's, a concern of mine. It's like, well, it's there, but I'm not going to stay there, so I'm not grumpy about it. It's like, yeah, cool, whatevs, man.
Yeah.
I'm here with my Sequoia Lodge.
So when it came to me, you
girlfriend.
just kind of pitched your expectations, did you?
No, you.
But if you were down the park on a Friday night and you'd had a lot to drink, and DLH was offered to you on a plate, you'd take it.
Well, yeah.
I get it. And finally, Sahar Siddiqui Wardle says, if trying to figure out what dates spring season are, I'm trying to figure out what dates spring season are. I want to go see the Alice show, and I'm not sure if it's during April school holidays. I don't know the answer to that, and I'm not sure if you two do either.
The Alice show.
Yeah, and whether it will be during this spring holidays.
I'm not sure they said. However, we do know where the path is now. because Jim Shull on Twitter, he released the blueprint park layout, and the entrance to the Alice thing is on the main boulevard that they're going to build down to the lake, opposite the Tangled Teacups.
Okay.
So they can't open the Alice show until they've opened that boulevard.
Interesting.
Now, I'm not
That's
sure.
quite exciting, though, isn't
I'm
it?
not sure if they'll be able to open that boulevard before they open the lake. I presume they will.
But they certainly have to have the. You think they'd have to have the
They'll,
London?
they'll have to have the infrastructure for the
park
lake
thing done,
all
wouldn't it?
done. Yeah. So it might be a fair while, or it might be surprisingly soon. It depends whether we're waiting, because it might be that it gets opened the same time as Arundel and everything. You know, if that's what we're waiting for. Or it might be that they're able to do a chunk
We're
before
gonna end
then.
up walking down the side of bits of boards, aren't we? Basically.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get in there.
Yeah, they
And
might just do it like that.
Probably,
Yeah.
Probably.
So we know nothing. We know nothing.
We know nothing.
Kira's just joined us. Hi, Kira.
Hi, Kira.
We're not normally still going at this time, so well done for making the show. But we're about to go, aren't we?
We are,
Yeah.
but we're going to do a Patreon show, and the Patreon show tonight is open to everybody because me and you are going to do something rather stupid. So I'm going to tell
Hot
them.
ones!
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
We are going
sorry.
to tell them.
I did it. I told them.
But yeah, we're going to do some hot sauces. So yeah, if you want to come and join us over there, then I've tweeted out the link to the show as it is, and you can also get there via the Patreon link below in the comments here. Come and join us and see what's happening, and we're going to go do that.
Yeah.
Yay.
So we'll see some of you there.
And, smash that like button, guys. Yeah?
We've had lots of smashes. There's
Have they?
33 likes, yeah.
All right, it's still showing 5 on here. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
they must have sent likes earlier. I thought, do you know what? I thought there must be a glitch. I thought they can't just
We
ignore
knew you
this.
liked us more than that.
Yeah.
Right, okay, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Check us out on the Patreon show and on Facebook. I am Lucy. These have been the boys. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Kino mi wa moto he otsuru.
What he said.
What?
It's like a Japanese proverb. Mostly translates as.